नए साल की शुरुआत है और नए साल में हम सब रेजोल्यूशन लेते हैं टू डू समथिंग बेटर विथ आवर लाइफ्स, बेटर बीइंग द ऑपरेटिंग वर्ड हियर. And with the same intention, Kia India has brought the Sonet Facelift in the market and it claims to be better than before. Well, on paper it actually is, courtesy that long features list and the new design. But is it promising enough to make a strong comeback? We are in Bhopal to find out exactly that. You are watching Park Plus, your car app. Do subscribe to our channel, do hit the bell icon to stay notified, and do head to the app for all the updates in the Indian car bazaar. I am Shubham Parashar और चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं.
फेसलिफ्ट है तो जाहिर सी बात है शुरुआत फेस में किए गए चेंजेस से ही करेंगे. अब यहाँ अच्छी बात यह है दैट इट इज स्टिल अ familiar face and design changes has been one of the strongest factors going in favor of the Kia Sonet. The piano black grille is now wider and slightly taller and has a solid bottom bar finished in grey. The new HD LED headlights are sleeker and the C-shaped DRLs insets to the grille as well. Front bumper has sharper contours now and features neatly executed piano black highlights while the silver bash plate looks chunkier.
And speaking of bash plates, you get different design for GT line, X line and Tech line variants. अब GT line में और X line में आपको काफी sleek से ये bash plate मिलते हैं. Now in the GT line it's finished in grey. X line में all black finish के साथ मिलता है, वहाँ पर gloss black finish है. And on the Tech line it's chunkier. Similarly, you get different design for the fog lights as well. GT line and X line पे काफी sleek सी LED fog lights मिलती है. And on the Tech line you have ice cube like design for the fog lights.
प्रोफाइल में ज्यादा कुछ डिफरेंट नहीं किया गया है. इट कंटिन्यूज विद द सेम सिल्वेट एंड ड्यूल टोन फिनिश फीचरिंग पियानो ब्लैक रूफ एंड रूफ रेल्स ऑन द टॉप एंड ट्रिम्स.
But what's actually new are these 16-inch alloy wheels. Now इसमें भी आपको 3 डिजाइन ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं, different for X line, GT line and Tech line variants, and finished in dual tone on the top trims here. And you now get disc brakes in all the 4 wheels, which is a segment first for the Sonet.
At the rear, the boot gate is flatter and the rear bumper sports beefier skid plate now. और इसके भी आपको अलग डिजाइन मिलते हैं. Tech line में it looks bold and chunky, GT line has a sleeker skid plate, while X line में आपको यही skid plates gloss black finish में मिलते हैं.
But all bash plate come with these integrated reverse light here. Now इसके बदले यहाँ पर fog light को integrate करना चाहिए था, because that's a big safety feature, especially in this kind of weather. That said, the most prominent change in the Kia Sonet Facelift at the rear are these connected tail lights, which look really nice when lit. Well, in terms of looks, Kia Sonet Facelift में वो नयापन तो है, and that too without deviating much from its original design. अब देखते हैं अंदर का मामला क्या है.
फर्स्ट इंप्रेशंस ऑफ द कैबिन, और आपको समझ में ही नहीं आने वाला कि आखिर बदला क्या है. द डिजाइन एंड लेआउट इज एग्जैक्टली द सेम AC vents and dashboard design with the single panel integrating the 10.25-inch touchscreen and 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster.
By the way, the digital instrument cluster is all new and is a straight lift from the Kia Seltos, which means that it now comes with blind spot monitor. So जिस साइड की टर्न इंडिकेटर आप ऑन कर रहे हैं उसकी blind spot view आपको मिल जाएगी right on the dials here, and it also gets 360-degree camera view. But the biggest addition is including level 1 ADAS features. 10 ADAS features you have in the Kia Sonet, and 6 airbags come as standard now. हाँ जी, right from the base variant you have 6 airbags as standard in all Kia cars, not only the Sonet.
So Sonet में आपको forward collision warning and braking assist मिलते हैं for vehicle, pedestrian and cyclist, along with lane keep assist, lane departure warning, high beam assist, traffic departure warning and driver fatigue alert. Exact वो सारे ADAS features जो Hyundai Venue में हाल ही में अपग्रेड किए गए हैं. और फिर पहले के सारे प्रीमियम फीचर्स तो मिलते ही हैं, लाइक वेंटिलेटेड सीट्स, ऑटो डिमिंग IRVM, वायरलेस चार्जर, बोस की प्रीमियम सराउंड साउंड सिस्टम विद सबवूफर, एम्बिएंट लाइटिंग, पैडल शिफ्टर्स, ड्राइव एंड ट्रैक्शन मोड्स, एयर प्यूरिफायर विद बैक्टीरिया फिल्टर, 70 plus connected car features, and this English voice assisted sunroof among others.
But after all, how useful are these new features? और क्या इनके लिए आपको extra premium pay करना चाहिए? Let's see. 360-degree camera view is really helpful while parking and in tight traffic condition. Plus, गाड़ी start करने के time पे gives you a view of the surrounding so that you don't bump into any animal, children or smaller object. So a पैसा वसूल feature in my opinion. Blind spot monitor gives you an accurate view while turning and really helps in making quick turns. So again, a good safety feature and a पैसा वसूल in my opinion. 6 airbags, a great safety feature and chances are कि government इसको जल्दी ही mandatory करने वाली है. So wise move किया and worth the spend. But ADAS, सबसे महंगा feature addition, and if you drive frequently on highways, it actually provides a good safety suit. But अगर आपकी ज़्यादा commute city के अंदर होने वाली है, then ADAS can get a bit irritating because ये permanently आपकी driving के साथ intervene करता रहेगा when you're changing lanes, and the worst in bumper to bumper traffic because it does sudden braking. और उससे पीछे वाली गाड़ी के भिड़ने का डर लगा रहता है. So how I work around it is that I keep forward collision avoidance off for cars, for vehicles, just to avoid that snappy braking, but I still keep it on for cyclists, for pedestrians and the lane keep assist feature because I want to be on the safer side.
That said, if you rarely hit the highway, you can go for the variant which gets all of these new features but the ADAS, और वो वेरिएंट लगभग 1 लाख रुपए सस्ती हो सकती है. अब ये तो बात हो गई उन चीज़ों की जो नए एड-ऑन्स हैं, but there were few more changes I was expecting.
For instance, wireless connectivity for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. अभी भी we resort to these wires. पता नहीं कोरियंस को क्या प्रॉब्लम है इसको लेके. And rear knee room. अब Kia ने हमें बताया that they have scooped out the back of these front seats by 30 mm to make the knee room better, and they have increased the length of this seat by 21 mm, making it 330 mm long in a bid to offer better under thigh support. But honestly, फर्क बहुत ज़्यादा पता नहीं चलता. Under thigh support फिर भी ठीक है, but knee room really needs improvement still. That said, ambience is nice because मेरे पास यहाँ पर rear sun blinds है, AC vents है, 2 Type-C charging ports, so features are really good. But what actually is not bad at all is 385 liters of boot space you get in the Kia Sonet, which looks enough to carry a couple of suitcases or थोड़े बहुत duffel bags. And with that, it's now time to get behind the wheel and see does it feel any different there. लेकिन उससे पहले एक नज़र डालते हैं engine range और उसके specifications पे.
So like before, you get the same wide range of engine and gearbox options. First up is the quickest of the lot, the 1-liter 3-cylinder turbo petrol, belting out 118 brake horsepower and 172 Nm of peak torque, offered with either a 6-speed IMT जो 18.7 km/L की fuel economy देता है, और the 7-speed DCT that is dual clutch transmission gearbox जो 19.2 km/L की average निकालता है. Next up is the 1.5-liter 4-cylinder diesel oil burner pushing 114 brake horsepower and 250 Nm and offering a good balance between performance and fuel economy. It is offered with a 6-speed IMT gearbox with a claimed fuel economy of 22.6 km/L, a 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox delivering a claimed average of 18.6 km/L, and the 6-speed manual gearbox returns with the diesel as well, but इसकी fuel economy certificate अभी ARAI से मिलना बाकी है. And finally comes the most modest, affordable and frugal engine of the lot, the 1.2-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine making 82 brake horsepower and 115 Nm of peak torque, and offered with just the 5-speed manual transmission as standard, delivering 18.83 km/L.
And I am driving the sportiest of the lot, the 1-liter turbo petrol engine with the 7-speed DCT gearbox. Let's go.
Like that, it's like that, like that, like that, it's like that, like that, like that, it's like that, like that, like that, it's It's like that, like that. Wow.
So we just completed our city stretch of roughly around 14 kilometers, and in the city the Sonet as usual was very easy peasy to drive courtesy its dimensions and the steering. It feels really light and very easy to maneuver, very easy to potter around in the city, and the low speed ride quality is actually good. The suspension is slightly on the stiffer side, but again it is not a deal breaker of sorts, and you don't often feel those thuds and bumps as far as you are going over them normally and at reasonable speeds. Now coming to the highway performance, the first perceptible difference you'll find is actually in the braking performance, because the feedback has improved. It gets all 4 disc brakes and the bite is better. That is reassuring when you're speeding up. Now coming to the 1-liter turbo petrol engine, we have it with the DCT gearbox, and it feels peppy and zippy still out here on the highway. So when you're making frequent overtakes, when you want to make that quick overtake, it comes very naturally and very easily to you, because the gearbox, it's actually quick to downshift, and that's a good response you get from the engine, making that overtake come really easy and naturally to you. The only downside being that the engine tends to growl just when you rev it over 2500 rpm, and that is something that could have been improved. The ride quality and handling both remain exactly the same, which is not a bad thing, because high speed ride quality Sonet की हमेशा से अच्छी रही है. It takes all the undulations on the road in its stride pretty well, and it's just when you face a rough tarmac, a broken tarmac, or a rough patch, or you know, those pitter patter over speed breakers or rumble strips, is when you would need to slow down a bit, because the suspension is slightly on the stiffer side. Again, nothing of a deal breaker of sorts, because as far as you're doing reasonable speeds, it is settled. And when it comes to handling, the steering weighs up really nicely. It has got the kind of feedback you expect. So when you are changing lanes, when you're around a long bend or a corner, you know what your wheels are up to. It is confidence inspiring, and just it feels pointy to a certain extent. Obviously not very engaging, the heft is a bit artificial, but again it does the job pretty well. आपको वो reassurance देता है when you are speeding up. So yes, overall it is a decent highway commuter, and in the city is really easy to drive. And then there's a very cool feature in the Kia Connect app if you want to analyze your driving behavior. It's something called the Eco Score. So वहाँ आप क्या कर सकते हैं कि आपकी कार आपकी driving behavior को analyze करेगी and will give you information that how frugal is your driving, what's the kind of fuel economy you are able to derive, and how of a safe driver you are. So अगर आप harsh acceleration कर रहे हो या फिर smooth acceleration कर रहे हो, आपकी driving behavior कैसी है, frequent lane changes कर रहे हैं आप या नहीं कर रहे हैं, how safe you are driving, what's the kind of speed limits you're maintaining. On all that basis, it will give you a score, and you can compare it on the app with other Sonet owners as well. So a cool feature to have. And with that, it's now time for the Park Plus verdict. But usse pehle, there's something important that you guys should know.
And that is, according to a recent analysis, in the last 5 years, Kia Sonet's total cost of ownership for petrol was 16% lesser and for diesel was 14% lesser, further offering the best in segment residual value.
So finally, what's the Park Plus verdict? अब देखिए, the Sonet still makes for a very strong and compelling package, but इसको टक्कर देने आ चुकी है the Tata Nexon Facelift, which has all the style, features and drivetrain options. But the catch is, the Tata Nexon is quite expensive and Sonet still is slightly more affordable. So अगर मैं positioning की बात करूँ, then it is positioned just above the Venue and Brezza with all the premium appeal and features it offers, and slightly below the Tata Nexon, perhaps because of safety rating, but उस पर comment हम कर सकते हैं only after the crash test. That said, it still is one of the most value for money subcompact SUVs in the market you can buy. I'm Shubham Parashar, you watching Park Plus, your car app. Do subscribe to the channel, to hit the bell icon to stay notified, and do head to the app for all the updates on the Kia Sonet and more such cars in the market. Also, we will soon be out with our buyer's guide on the Sonet, जिसमें हम आपको बताएंगे कि value for money variants कौन-कौन सी है. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next video.